Hi, this is Tanya, and now I'm starting the social emotional learning specifically geared towards social awareness. In the first series that you might have watched is the introduction and definition, and it goes into a little detail about the 5 main points. And now you're going through each of the series where I'm giving you tools to help you integrate that within your curriculum. So I've already done self-awareness, self-management. This one is social awareness. And I'm going to be giving you 3 new tools and some ideas on how to use that with your already made curriculum and lesson plans. But social awareness, let's remember that it is all about the students understanding empathy, like how do they empathize with others, celebrating diversity and um, you know uh, just kind of understanding that there are other people in this world that we share this wonderful, beautiful life with. So the things that we want them to learn through these tools is diversity, and we want the students to, through these exercises, demonstrate that they're aware that other people have emotions, other people have perspectives, there's differences between us and other individuals. We want to want the students to, and we need to as well, demonstrate that cultural aspects factor into the way people are and the way they believe and the way they present themselves. And we want to respect those individual differences. So students need to understand that just because someone has a different view than you doesn't mean that they're an awful person, bad person, you shouldn't like them. You can still exist. But because of the way they were raised, brought up culturally in a specific area, demographics, whatever that may be, that they may be different than you, and they probably are different than you. Everybody is different. Not, we can consider humans snowflakes, I suppose, that there's not one that's exactly the same. And we also want the students to demonstrate an awareness of how to be educated on that, or how to get help and support from family and school and community when they have a struggle with that, when they have a struggle with things that are going on in society. Something like, for instance, specifically, the stay-at-home order and the quarantines at this moment. It could be something different if you're watching this video at a different time. We're in 2020 right now, and students need to understand, and adults need to understand, that if they get to a point where they just don't understand the differences, the diversity, the cultural, the struggle that's going on, that they can reach out to school officials, community support, and then more specifically family, someone in a connection with in a relationship. I've already talked about social awareness a little bit in my words that I've talked about already here. The main point is to celebrate differences and to embody them and know that those differences exist out there, and having an empathy for other people. Now, the 3 tools that I thought would be good for this would be Bunsey, Listen Wise, and this is a new tool that I just kind of stumbled on the last couple of weeks. So we'll see how it goes here. Usually, I like to introduce tools that I've been connected with for longer than 2 weeks, but I really do like this tool. It is a nice tool. And then Blogger, which is a Google tool. But I feel like in the Bunsey that it's a presentation tool, and that students could create presentations about people in stories they're reading, and talk about cultural differences and how they are different from me, and but just kind of exemplifying all of that person's qualities into a presentation. And Bunsey's kind of a neat way of doing that. So not only are the students becoming aware of that, but they're in a form celebrating that person and their differences in a presentation. So, and Listen Wise is a great place to be knowledgeable or to gain knowledge of current events and things going on. I really like it. So we're going to explore that a little bit and dig through it. And I'm going to go browse through some topics that, you know, that I've never gone through. So we'll see what we discover there together as I kind of stumble through ListenWise. I've gone through some more of the current events, audio podcast on my own, but I'm going to stumble through some different avenues just to see what we can find. And then Blogger, of course, is a blogging component that's built into the G Suite. And we're going to talk about that with, you know, classroom documentation, making notes of things that are going on school-wise, curriculum-wise, content-wise that they're seeing as differences, and maybe even solving problems in the school. So if there is a issue in the community, the students can address that in Blogger and talk about the diversity, the culture, the things that are going on that people don't quite understand, just making people more knowledgeable, making them knowledgeable about things that exist out there. So I'm looking forward to going through those tools. Let's get started.